people ask, it's like, you know, what actress do you want to be in your career? I want to be you, I want to be Oprah because I'm making those opportunities. And you're cleaning up, which is nice. It's just like, nice. You know, but then it's like, you start, like, you know, and that's a responsibility you have when you have a certain amount of successes to how to create other opportunities for other people. But that is so cool about Gone Girl. I am so impressed by that. So you can just hand the mic to people, I think. You can see.
You both have a really amazing confidence that can be really hard for a lot of people to find, and you really deserve all the confidence that you have. And so I was just wondering how you think young girls can find it and how you try to help young girls find their confidence.
I think it a lot. I mean, it's hard. I just fake it. It's really hard, you know. Yeah, it's so hard going on auditions and stuff like that. When I first came out here and I did auditions with big, incredible. I have one of my stories that I tell when I was 14 years old when they called me to do an audition for a movie called Cape Fear with Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese. And I just literally shook the entire time. I couldn't even get the lines out. Robert De Niro had to finish my lines for me. I didn't get the job. But yeah, I think part of it is just, you know, I think one of the Olympians did something incredible. It's like, if it's not going to be you, it's going to be somebody else, so why can't it just be you? And I think that's a great attitude to have. Like, why not you? You're smart, you're accomplished, you know where you're good, you know what you're good at, and, you know, as you get older, too, you're going to find those things that are really special about you and why you're really great and what your real talents are. And then you start to get even more confident because you're sort of rewarded for that. I was very hard on myself when I was most of your guys' age, 14, 15, 16, and you know, I didn't date, I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't even have a boyfriend, I think I was like 21 or 22, so I was an incredibly late bloomer. But I did at that time felt like, wow, I had so much more confidence that it came from having a boyfriend, being a certain skinniness, like this girl or that girl, and it was extremely hard. Now, the one thing I will say, and I wrote about this in my book, is that please do not peak in high school. And know that there is so much outside of the world. I did nothing. I know one of the it's not what it seems like to you. And unfortunately, you guys are at an age where I was more stressed out at your guys' age than I am now when I run my own television show. So things affect you a lot more now than they will later. But my mom once said, and this is about romance, because I'm obsessed with romance, obviously, is that my mom told me once, and I think she's paraphrasing someone else, but it's such good advice to me, which is, you can't say I love you before you can say I. And I think that when you're your age and you want to have a boyfriend or you want to be looked at in that way, it's not meaningful until you're like, okay, I feel good in my own skin. Trust me, I've had some fun adventures later on, romantic-wise. That's not only going to happen in your guys' age, but that's one thing. It's like that kind of confidence. You, I guess I would say, don't worry about it right now.
Basketball in the world, so you're awesome, thank you. So this one's to Mindy. We used to kind of touch on it before about the whole college thing, but I really want to be a comedian. I'm in the improv team at my school, and I just wanted advice on advice on what direction to go through college, after college, kind of what steps.
Well, probably the biggest thing that I did when I was your age and a little bit older, and Reese has actually been in some of the funniest movies ever, so you can know more on the film side, but I just absorbed everything, and I read every book, and I had my parents take me to go see comedy and stand-up, and I'd go home and I'd write all my thoughts down about it. I've been writing plays and little sketches and things like that since I was a kid, even if I never got performed. But that's pretty much what I did. I didn't have, I think, access to what you guys necessarily do, but in high school. But I think that doing an improv troupe is fantastic. One thing
I will say, by the way, of everybody here, you were I'm so much luckier than you, because when I was your age, YouTube didn't exist, and weird photos on my phone. No one do naked photos of yourself. Do never do that. Don't let anyone touch you. Do not do that. It's fine to think people hot and you feel sexy and understand, but my God, don't do that. Don't put stuff on you of YouTube, no matter like anything like that. Like, let your parents vet you for all of that stuff. In fact, that's not answering your question, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. You don't text naked photos of yourself to anybody. That's for you and for the people that you feel closest to you and you trust. Sorry, I just had to download that advice. You shouldn't either. Neither should I. Nobody should. Talk to teenagers about slipping that in. It seems like I have problems.
Just slip it in. Anybody, it's not just teenagers, by the way. Hello.
Hi, sorry. Right here. Hi. You guys are amazing. I love you so much. You guys are like super big role models for me and people that I contact you. But my question is, when you were growing up, and I know there are setbacks, when you think you want to go in a direction and life leads you another way, how did you deal with that? And how did you get back up from that and find a different way to get what you wanted?
Well, certainly I feel like, dealing with failure is like, how do you deal with it? I'm more interested in how people deal with the failures in their life. Do you do it with grace? Do you do it with honesty? Do you do it with humility? Because those are huge aspects of our life. And as much as we love any person out there in public eye or in your life, we're all just human. We're all going to make mistakes. So you have to forgive yourself. And that's such an important thing, I think, for everybody to know. If you forgive yourself, other people can forgive you too. But I think also, listen to the universe too. If something is pulling you one direction, but you feel like you're supposed to go in another, I think it's important to trust your instincts. Have really great people around you that you trust. I love that you say you don't listen to people whose opinions don't matter to you. Decide who matters to you and decide why they matter to you. So one of the most important things that's happening in your life right now, all of your lives, is the friendships that you're making. And choose people who encourage you, not people who make you feel bad about yourself or subtly put you down in a way. It's all about who makes you an even better version of yourself. And that's boyfriends included, guys included, girlfriends, the whole gamut. So I think that's important, and that helps guide you in a way, and it supports what you already know inside about yourself. It's light means we have to wrap it up. How about one more question, and then we're going to be done. We're in the way back.
What inspires both of you to be an actor?
Well, I know you're not. You watch tons of movies. I think that's really a big part of it. You watch Saturday Night Live I watch Saturday Night every single Saturday.
Comedy nerd.
I'm a secret comedy nerd. You don't understand. When I watch a comedy movie, I'm like everybody around. I'm like, shh, I gotta hear these jokes. You need to know what's so great about the jokes.
You emailed me once after an SNL. Like, did you see SNL last night? That was amazing.
I
love
freaking out.
that. No, I love that. It was Saturday Night Live. It was a big deal for me. I thought that looked like the most fun environment to be in. I love television. I literally would go home after school and watch 7 hours of sitcoms while I was doing my homework. You're so versatile. I mean, that's the thing about you is that you played those heartbreaking roles, and you're also desperately funny. And I was like, is there any actors or actresses that you felt modeled?
Yeah. I was inspired by a lot of other actresses too, like Sally Field and Holly Hunter was from Georgia, and she spoke like I spoke, and I thought she was incredible in broadcast news in Racing, Arizona. So I thought she was amazing.
Emma Thompson, you remind me, I feel like there's something about you where you have a smartness. Emma Thompson always plays intelligent characters, it feels like.
Really much smarter than I am.
But I think of her when I think of you. But Sally Field is
Do you have actresses that inspired you when you were
maybe this is because I knew my own skill set, but I always looked to the actors who seemed to be playing versions of themselves, but you kind of just loved that version.
Yeah.
Like I can't, first of all, I can't play Amelia Earhart the way that I look. I mean, and that's not anything that would have to be a very absurd or weird play or a movie. But I looked at people that, like Tom Hanks or something, where, you know, and he's a personal, but like he sort of brings something to all of his roles that he can't shake. And I like that. Or like Ray Romano or Jerry Seinfeld, or Tina Fey. Tina Fey, who, and actually Emma Thompson as well, but like that were writerly. I liked writerly actors. That's just,
That makes sense.
You write so well.
Well, thank you so much, everybody.